Hey guys, good morning and welcome. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. It is a little bit grey outside, but hopefully this video will cheer you up and get you ready for the weekend. So today I'm going to focus on Yogalates for back care. Working with the breath. This is such an important part, certainly part of the process, certainly for, sorry, I'm just going to, okay, great. So I sorted that out, a little technical glitch there. Apologies. So this is such an important part of back care, is working with the breath, understanding how we can breathe more diaphragmatically. This is obviously a really key part of your health, actually, is breathing deep and low and understanding how to connect breath, this kind of connect to this deep breathing, this diaphragmatic breathing. So before I get started with the class, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about me. So if you don't know me, my name is Beth. I'm based in Hammersmith in West London, and I've been teaching Yogalates for 5 years around here. I run group classes, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about at the end of the class. And if you don't know, if you're not in the area, you can work with me. Hi, John. You can work with me on my international retreat next year. So I'm running a retreat in the south of France, the Yogalates and Yin retreat, and there's currently only 5 spaces left. So if you would like to join us, you can head over to the website and we'll give you the link at the end, and you can check out all the details if you want. Okay, let's get started today. So what you're going to need is, props-wise, you're going to need a strap. So if you don't have a strap, maybe using a scarf can be a fine alternative, or a belt. If you've got back pain, I would say maybe using a couple of yoga blocks might be useful for when we're in the lunge. If not, maybe having a chair nearby, that can help too. Obviously you'll need a yoga mat, and that's about it, I think. No, I think that's it. So let's get started. So we're going to come over to the mat, and I'm going to start in a lying position. So lying long onto your back. And if you need anything underneath the head for support, grabbing something if you like. Just having the arms alongside the body, maybe hands on the belly, if that feels good. And just taking a few minutes, as we do at the start of the practice, to settle in, to allow the breath to settle. If this isn't comfortable for your lower back, bending the knees is absolutely fine. We can have the knees together. And we're just going to start to connect to the floor. So feeling this kind of grounding of the body into the floor. So often our minds can be elsewhere and the energy is sort of up. So taking time to connect to the ground is really important for many of us. Noticing the breath coming in and breath moving out. In through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. And observing the pathway of the breath. So on the inhale, we're noticing the breath comes in through the nostrils, in through the throat, into the chest, rising into the belly naturally. And exhaling, the belly falls naturally. Breath moves out of the chest, out of the throat, out of the nostrils. So just becoming aware of this easy movement without tension, without trying or controlling the breath. This natural movement of the breath coming deep and low. And that feeling of connection of the inhale right down to the pelvic floor. And again, it doesn't need to be a forced action. It's more just a gentle, a relaxed awareness of the base of the torso. So as the breath comes in, you might naturally feel that connection to the pelvic floor. I'm going to introduce a breathing technique now. We're going to visualize a ball of light right at the top of the spine. And on the inhale, this ball of light is going to travel down the front of the spinal column, all the way down to the pelvis as the breath comes in. And then exhaling, this ball of light is going to travel all the way back up the front of the spinal column to the top of the body. And then again, inhale, breathing in, watching this ball of light traveling all the way down the spinal column, down to the pelvis. rising into the belly as the breath comes in, exhaling, ball of light traveling all the way along the front of the spinal column back towards the top. So just going to do this a couple more times. Seeing if you can visualize the sensation of what it feels like to breathe all the way along the front of the spine. And noticing if there's any spots that might feel a little bit difficult to visualize. Maybe just focusing on those areas, starting to connect awareness with the breath. And making this one the last one. Completing the round. And then coming back to the natural breath. And I'm going to take the head gently side to side. Starting to just gently warm up into the neck. And then bringing the knees one by one into the chest and just hugging them in, rocking side to side. A little massage for the lower back. Hopefully that feels kind of nice for you. And then popping, if you've got the head cushion underneath the head, taking that out on the head on the mat for the next series. So we're going to have the feet on the floor, feet a little bit closer to the bum than you maybe would have usually. We're going to come up into the bridge pose, so we want the feet, knees, hips in one straight line. Arms alongside the body, and on the inhale, we're going to lift, we're going to take an inhale nice and slow, and as we come up with the bum, we're going to take the arms up and overhead at the same time, and all the way through the breath. So on the exhale, we're going to reverse that. So arms coming up as the body slowly comes down, arms and the bum come down at the same time, all the way through that exhale. So coordinating breath with movement, inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming back down. And if you can, we're lengthening the breath so much that the breath is actually lasting longer than the moving. That makes sense. So on the exhale, for example, as you come up with the arms and the body comes down, we're still breathing out all the way through. And as the body comes down to the floor, the exhale's kind of still going a little bit. And then again, inhale coming up. So we're really slowing that breath down. Engaging the bum as we lift, so make sure we're not just loose in the glutes, we want to engage the bottom, the buttocks. One more time. This gentle inversion in this pose. Really great for the circulation. Okay, good. And as you come down, just bringing the knees one by one back into the chest, rocking side to side. Maybe doing little circles around the sacrum. And then we'll go the other way. Massaging into the lower back. Great. And then we're going to bring the knees above the hips, point through the toes. So we want the legs in like a 90-degree angle. And we're going to imprint the lower back into the floor. So that means tapping the pelvis under a little bit. So push the lower back into the floor to protect the lower back and to engage the abdominals. So we're going to hinge at the hip joint. The knee's going to bend a little bit, but mainly the work's in the hip. Take a breath in to prepare. And on the exhale, the right leg, we're just going to tap the toes to the floor really slowly, as if you've got like an egg underneath the toe that you're trying not to crack on the floor there. And then inhale, floating the leg back up. Exhaling other side. So nice and slowly, with control, really gently tapping the toes to the floor. I'm going to keep going side to side. If you're feeling very adventurous today and you haven't got any back problems at all, you can do this with both knees together, both legs at the same time, if you want to do that. So that adds a little bit more kind of effort, but like I say, if you've got back problems, I would avoid that variation. I would just stick with one leg at a time, nice and slowly. Really concentrate. If your lower back's hurting, concentrate on keeping that lower back in contact with the floor. Okay. Good, we'll do one more in each leg. So finishing with the left leg. And then coming up and bringing the knees in, and again hugging, rocking side to side, and just relaxing the back. Sometimes I find it helpful to just breathe into that area if you feel particularly tight in the lower back. Coming back to that diaphragmatic breath, breathing low and deep in the body. Okay, so we're going to extend that left leg long now, flex that foot, and we're going to place the other foot on the floor. So we want the spine in neutral now, which is a little bit of space underneath the lower back. Keep that left foot really active. Place the hands behind the head, interlace the hands, elbows wide, shoulders down away from the ears. Take a breath in and exhale. We're going to come up to like a hover position. So a couple of inches up off the floor. Keep the leg at the back of the neck, slight tuck of the chin. Take a breath in here and exhale. We're going to curl up a little bit higher, and then we're going to curl up and over with the left shoulder blade coming towards the right knee. Inhale, we're going to come back to center, and exhale again. Make sure that left foot is staying really active. That's going to help ground the whole body. So I want to be really stable in the pelvis as much as we can. And we're working the side oblique muscles, side of the waist. Making sure you're staying nice and high with the shoulder blades as much as you can up off the floor before you curl. And the curl only needs to be quite small. Okay, we'll do one more. Coming back and lowering down. Take a pause, extend that right leg, flex the right foot, bend the other knee. Take a breath in, exhale, coming up to your hover. And I'll take another breath in and exhale, curling up and over towards that left knee now. So right elbow towards the left knee, inhale, coming back. Exhale, curling up and over. Keep that right foot flexed and active. Curling up, curling over. Good. And we'll just do two more. And then coming back and drawing the knees in. Again, rocking side to side, just loosening any tension there. In fact, actually, let's just take a stretch, a full body stretch, long along the floor, reaching through the finger, interlacing the fingers and pushing away as you push through the feet, maybe pointing the toes, maybe flexing the feet. Feel that lovely stretch. It's giving space all the way through the spine and that openness in the front of the body. Okay, so bringing the right knee in now, we're going to hug that right knee towards the chest. You can have the other foot on the floor. If you want to bend the other knee, that's absolutely fine. Now we're going to place the hands around the back of that thigh. Take a breath in and exhale. We're going to push the foot up to the ceiling, stretching into the back of the leg. Inhale, coming in towards the chest with that knee. And exhale, pushing, flexing through the foot. Inhale, coming in. Exhale, flex, push. And we'll do it one more time. Breathing in as you come in with the knee. Exhale, push up. And hold it there, maybe walking the hands up. If you can hold the foot, grab the foot. If not, maybe use a strap or a scarf around the foot to hold the, to kind of support this stretch. You can ground down through that right sit bone, or you just hold the back of the leg. Pushing up through the heel. Lovely, and then releasing. And then slowly we're going to start to lower this leg. So feel the core engage, really slowly coming down with that leg. Slow as you can. Feeling the work in the center of the body, core engaged, so those abdominal muscles wrapping around the spine, and then placing the foot down. And then we'll hug the other knee in. Drawing that knee into the chest. Allowing the breath to come back to its natural flow. Shoulders relaxed. And place the hands around the back of the leg, taking a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to push up with that heel straightening into the back of the leg. You can stretch there. Inhale, coming in, bending the knee. Exhale, pushing. Good. Inhale, coming in. Exhale, push. Inhale. And exhale, push. You're going to hold it there. Maybe walking the hands up if that feels good. Opening into the back of the kneecap, grounding that sit bone down. If you want the other foot on the floor, do bend the other knee. You can hold the foot, feel free, grabbing a strap or a scarf if you wish. So we want the elbows to be soft and the shoulders soft here. Breathing into the back of that leg. And then we release the foot, taking a breath in and exhale. Slowly, so if you run out of breath, just breathing, just doing some top-up breathing as you go in. Breathing naturally as you come down with that leg. Good. And then placing that foot down. Good. Bring one knee to chest and the other knee to chest. And we're going to circle the knees without the hands. You can use the hands if you want to around the knees, but not using the hands allows us to use the core muscles. So we're feeling, so doing little circles, feeling the core engage, and then we'll go the other way. Okay, great. So we're going to roll up to a boat position. So we're going to inhale, lift the legs, exhale, tuck the chin, coming up, and we're going to hold it there. Lift through the chest, maybe raise the legs a little bit. If this is not good for your lower back, I would say just avoid. So anything today that we're doing that doesn't feel good in your back, definitely stop. If I were you, just stop the exercise, just wait for us to move on to the next thing. So lifting the chest, maybe extending the legs if that feels available to you, maybe taking the arms out, but making sure we're nice and long and open in the front of the body. And then bending the knees, placing the feet down, wrapping the arms around the legs, and just placing the head on the knees. Okay, so coming up now, we're going to come into an all-fours position. So spreading the fingers, spreading the thumbs, and we're going to take a breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis and round the spine. So we're going to get as much space in the back of the body as we can, draw up with the abdominals, and then inhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis away, draw the chest forward, shoulder blades roll back, and then exhale, rounding out, drawing the tummy muscles up, tuck the chin, open between the shoulder blades, inhale, taking it the other way. And just continuing with that. And then we'll come back to a neutral position. We want those 4 natural curves of the spine. And we're going to take a breath in, and on the exhale, keeping the pelvis and torso as stable as you can. So really still. We're going to move the right arm forward, left leg back. Take a breath in. And exhale, coming back exactly where they are without moving the torso or the pelvis. On the exhale, do the other arm and leg. Take a breath in. And exhale, coming down. Take a pause on the inhale. And exhale, extend again. If you find this is too much to do hand and knee at the same time, just doing the leg and keep the hands on the floor. So concentrate on keeping the hips level. Nice and slowly, hand and knee come down at the same time. We'll do one more set. Coming down on the exhale, good. And we're going to bring the hands one hand's length further forward, tuck the toes under, spread the fingers and thumbs, roll the shoulders, take a breath in, and exhale. We're going to lift up through the hips, and we're going to pedal out the feet in downward dog. So one heel comes down as the other heel lifts. Good, stretching it out. And we're going to take a big breath in here. And exhale, come down. Come forward into a plank position. So you want the shoulders over the wrists. Kicking back through the heels. You can have the knees down if you want to for plank. And then either keeping the knees up or lowering the knees first. We're going to take a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to bend the elbows into the sides of the waist. We're going to shift forward onto the tops of the toes and lower down onto our front. Good. Okay, so placing hands at the back, we're going to hold the left wrist with the right hand, forehead on the floor, open across the chest. We're going to take a breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to bring the right arm forward, and we're going to lift that left leg up, coming up into a little bit of a back bend. And then on the exhale, on the inhale, we're going to come back and we're going to place the head towards the left. So resting the head down, looking towards the left, and then other side. Exhale, lift, opposite arm and leg. Inhale, coming down. Turning the head the other way. And we'll just alternate side to side. On the exhale, lift. On the inhale, coming down. We'll do one more on either side. Good, okay. I'm going to just shimmy shake the pelvis side to side, loosening any tension. I'm going to place the hands alongside the body, tuck the toes under, take a breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to either have the knees down or knees up as you lift up into your downward dog. So flaring up through the sit bones, and we're really going to find that length in the lower back. Do bend the knees if you need to find more length in the lower back. That's the most important thing, is keeping the spine long, keeping the lower back long, and flaring up through the sit bones. So you can either come down to kneeling position first, or if you want to take the right leg up on the inhale, you can. Taking that right leg as high as you can, keeping the hips level. On the exhale, I'm going to bring the knee into the chest, round the spine, bring the foot to the front of the mat for a high lunge. So pushing this front foot into the floor, and we can come up with the arms. We're drawing that left hip forward and the right hip back, and we're tucking the tailbone under. If this feels too much for your lower back, drop the back knee down and use a couple of yoga blocks underneath hands or a chair in front to kind of allow the spine to stay nice and upright. So what can happen in this pose is we can be quite tight in the front hip flexors. That can be a common thing for people with back issues, lower back issues, because the hip flexors actually pull the spine forward. So if they're tight, you might feel this in the lower back. So having the back knee down and tucking under with that tailbone can perhaps sometimes help. Taking another deep breath in here, and then exhale, we're going to place the back foot down and have the front heel in line with the back arch, the arch of the back foot. Leveling out the hips, and then we're going to come into Warrior Two. So we're going to gaze past those fingertips, make sure the arms are the same level, making sure this front knee is staying wide, and we're connecting to the breath here. Inhale to lengthen feet and arms apart from one another, and exhale to soften down into it. And then we're going to place the back hand onto the back thigh, turn this palm up, reach up on the inhale, and exhale coming over. Reverse warrior. We're keeping the bend in the front knee, keep rotating the spine, the chest up to the ceiling. And then taking a breath in, and exhale, coming back to Warrior Two. Inhale, we're going to reach forward for a rope, like an imaginary rope we're pulling. Place the elbow onto the thigh and then sweep this arm in front, folding open with the chest, arm alongside the ear. You can have the arm straight up to the ceiling if you prefer, but this is kind of the traditional variation. We want to make sure the rib cage is folding open. Back foot's really strong into the floor. Take a couple of breaths here. Good, take another breath in, and exhale, coming back up, and then we're going to pivot onto the ball of the back foot as we come down with the hands with control, back into downward dog. Now we take the left leg up now, point up as high and as far back as you can go with that foot. On the exhale, bring the knee into the chest, bring the foot to the front. We'll come up to that high lunge again. Again, allowing this tailbone to drop down, this feeling of length through the lower back is what we're looking for. Release any tension in the toes. Finding a point of focus and using the breath. You know, the back leg is active and engaged. If you've got the knee up, if you've got the knee down, then obviously there's more kind of softness in that back leg. Good, take another breath in. And exhale, bending a little bit deeper. We're going to place the back foot down. Front heel in line with the arch of the back foot, nice and long with the legs. And then coming into warrior two, stretching the arms apart, opening the chest. Making sure this front knee is staying wide. So it's going towards the little toe side of your foot. Connecting to the breath here. You kind of want to feel like you're in between two panes of glass. So we want this feeling of the back thigh coming back. Placing the back hand down onto the back thigh now, turn the palm up. Inhale, lifting up, exhale, coming over into your reverse warrior. Shoulders are soft, bending into that front knee. And connecting to the breath. Take another breath in. And exhale, coming back, warrior two. Reaching forward on the inhale, place the elbow down. I'm going to sweep this arm in front. Folding open with the chest. Don't lose the connection of the feet into the floor. Really nice and grounded with the feet. Take another breath in. And exhale, coming down. We're going to frame the front foot. Lift the back heel up. And come back into downward dog. So taking a big breath in here, lengthening up through the spine. And exhale, we're going to walk the feet one by one to the front of the mat. And we're going to fold over the legs. Maybe holding the elbows. Maybe rocking side to side. Do bend the knees if you need to, if that's better for your back. You want to make sure that the hips are as much as possible over the heels. So coming forward if you need to. Allowing the neck to soften, maybe shaking side to side. Connecting to the breath in this lovely inversion. And then on the next exhale, releasing the arms, rolling up through the spine. Inhale, head comes up last. Good. Okay, so we're going to come down to the floor now, and we're going to just stretch out a little bit before we come into a very brief relaxation. So bring the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. And we're going to place the left foot on the floor, right ankle on the thigh, and just drawing that knee towards you. If you want the hands around the back of the thigh or the shin, that's great. If you want the foot on the floor, just working the knee away, that's also great. Make sure you're flexing this right foot. So we're targeting the outer hip and the glutes, giving a little stretch there. Relaxing the shoulders as we start to wind down now. And then releasing the foot. We'll swap sides. And placing that foot down, we'll lift the bottom, pop the bum over to the left side of your mat, bring the knees in and drop the knees over to the right for a little gentle twist, really quick twist. Seeing how much we can soften in this twist. If you need support underneath the knee, obviously grab something, a cushion maybe. How much can we let go in this pose? And then drawing the knees up. We'll go the other way, have the bum over to the other side of the mat and knees into the chest and knees over to the left. As we twist, maybe turning the head towards the right. Okay, great. And then bringing the knees up. And then we're just going to either extend the legs long into Shavasana if you want to have the knees bent, if that's better for your back, or over, legs over a bolster maybe, if you've got one of those. And just coming into your final resting position, Shavasana. Be comfortable here. It's really important. Taking a few minutes just to allow the body to settle. Really important. If you feel how you're feeling now, quite often I describe it like a snow globe being shaken up, and you feel that sensation of like energy buzzing around the body. So take a few minutes now to allow that to settle, to allow the body to rest into a lovely, peaceful stillness. Letting any tension in the belly go. It's really important to soften the belly at the end of the practice so we're not carrying around tension in the abdominals. Breath moves in. Breath moves out. And with each exhale, this feeling of surrender. Surrendering all effort in the feet, the legs, allowing the pelvis to feel completely heavy and grounded. How much can we let go of the body here? The shoulders, the rib cage, arms, fingers and thumbs. Allowing the weight of the head to be completely cradled by the floor, by the cushion, whatever you've got the head on. Releasing tension in the face, the jaw, around the eyes. And resting. And now starting to bring the awareness back to the body. Feeling this contact of the body into the ground. Of course, you're more than welcome to stay in Shavasana if that feels good, for as long as you like. Otherwise, coming up to a seated position, sitting tall up through the spine. Keeping your eyes closed for a moment and just checking in with how you're feeling in your body. Bringing the hands into prayer or resting, hands in the center of the chest as we gently bow the head. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me for this class. I really hope you enjoyed it. As I mentioned in the start of the class, there's a bunch of different ways to work with me, whether you're based in West London or elsewhere. So I run international retreats every year. So next year we'll be in France and the south of France, and there's currently a discount. So if you book in early, so head over to the website, check that out if you're keen. I'll pop the link so you can click through to it. Otherwise, the classes for next time are now on sale in West London. And again, there's an early bird offer if you sign up before the end of December. So they're starting new classes in January with some video sequences to accompany that, which is super exciting. Otherwise, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if you've got any questions for me, or you love this video, do drop me a comment and let me know. And I'll leave you here. So have a wonderful weekend, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.